You can go to the Country Bumpkin Farm Market and Country Bumpkin Farm Market. And sorry about that.
Welcome back to another episode of the Bellied Up podcast.
Miles.
We have Charlie here, and we are at the Acme Feed Seed bar here off of Broadway in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yep, and they are named after the Acme Feed Seed Company, which here in Nashville, they were a mainstay back about 100 years ago. They were one of the biggest booming businesses in town, Miles.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
I just made that up, so I don't feel like I should give you more information on that. There is an interesting deer that they have here. The deer is as white as the wall, and the antlers are as brown as the wall used to be. You know, that's an albino deer, I believe. What kind of a deer is that, Miles?
I have no clue. Jake would probably know. Jake?
That's a species I'm unfamiliar with. I have no idea. It's got like kind of moosey antlers, you know?
Yeah.
And that's
kind of an elky, moosey deer antler.
Yeah. It's a mix of them all, and I'm uncertain. Perhaps there was a deer that got a little drunk one night and decided to mount a moose. An albino deer decided to mount a moose, and this is the product of it. And the fellow was so stupid he found the wrong end of a bullet.
Yep.
God bless him.
Yeah, it's a cool looking bar. They when we got here, they asked if we wanted the disco ball on, and so naturally I said yes, Charlie.
Oh, you decided to put that on?
Well, no, but they offered. I said yeah.
Yeah, it's
it.
nice. So it sets the mood for us, Miles.
We're just not doing disco balls enough anymore.
We're not, but what a technology, Miles. Just imagine being around the 70s, never seeing a thing like that before in your life. You walk in and you're like, you can't wait to tell everybody you meet about this disco ball that you saw. It would shoot lights all over the place.
Yeah, and then you're explaining to someone, they're like, so it's like there's a light inside, and you're like, no,
it's mirrors. Yeah. Right? Those are mirrors.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. And it's just a ball. It's a globe. Like you remember in school when you had a globe, you're like, where did all the globes go? Well, they went to the paper maps and they turned the globes into disco balls. And there's a motor inside that, and it turns it. Now, the low-tech ones, they just have a string, and it just kind of dangles.
You just spin it, yeah.
But if there's a good ventilation system, that kind of messes with it because it pushes it in odd directions.
Yeah, I'd like to think that disco balls are just globes that like moved to a city and got sassier.
Yeah,
you know?
Right. They decided to find their own way. Like, look at these. There's multiple disco balls in the Acme Feed Seed business. You would think Acme Feed Seed was in the Globe game back in the day, actually, if we were to do a little research on this.
Mm-hmm. Acme
Feed Seed and Globe. That was what was originally called.
Now, Charlie, I got a question for you.
Well, I got an answer.
So your girlfriend has a cat.
Yes, she does. She's got 4 cats.
Okay. All right.
And I love
about the other 3.
I love all of the cats.
So I feel like you've been kind of, and Jared, you can correct me if I'm wrong. It's maybe me just projecting and making this up, but I feel like you're not necessarily a cat guy.
I wasn't historically, but now I love cats.
And if you're wondering, his girlfriend is standing off camera
with a gun.
With a gun pointed at him.
No, I do. I have grown to appreciate the feline species.
What is there to appreciate about the feline species?
These cats, now look, let me take it back. Before I met Randa, I was a typical dog lover. And if somebody had a cat, if they say, I have a cat, I'd be like, why? I'd be like, that's like you saying I have like a footstool for my chair. Like, why do you own that piece of furniture? Like, what made you think that was a thing to get? People would tell me they had a cat, and it would be like them telling me they had an armoire or something. Like, what would possess you to go out of your way to purchase such a thing? And then my brother also had a cat, Pancake, and Pancake was ill. His wife was the cat owner previously. I promise you this story's going somewhere, Miles. What happened to Pancake, unfortunately, was sick, ill, not running as fast as cats would do, and landed on its last life. My brother accidentally stepped on Pancake, and rest in pieces.
Oh my gosh, that's very traumatic.
It is. It was traumatic for my brother. He ended up burying Pancake in my parents' garden, and he didn't tell anyone. And then my dad said, hey, he was out there with the shovel, and Andy was freaking out. He's like, what's Dad doing out there? And my mom said, oh, he's raising the gardens. We're making garden beds. And my brother had never seen him. He was as ghost white as Pancake was the day Pancake flattened. And he went out there with a shovel, excavated Pancake's remains like he was part of the Teamsters in the 1970s, and moved Pancake over to the riverbed of the park and buried Pancake in the moist ground. Now, what he doesn't realize is once it floods, Pancake is just going off to Lake Michigan. But anyway, we don't know where Pancake is. Don't know Jimmy Hoffa and Pancake. We'll never know. So, anyways, I've always been suspicious of cat folks.
I know. So that's where I'm wondering. You're basically dating a crazy cat lady.
Nah, she's not crazy, Miles.
Well, it's like
she just has 4 cats.
Yeah. That's where I'm kind of.
She loves these cats, Miles, and so do I.
Do you love the one that doesn't have any fur?
There's 2 of them that don't have fur, actually. 2 sphinxes.
Freaks me out.
She's a sphinx rescuer. She's never seen a sphinx she didn't want to rescue, and she's got 2. One's Dada, and the other is Malfoof.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're Arabic words. Malfoof means cabbage, and Dada means corn.
Okay, corn and cabbage.
Corn and cabbage.
I like it.
Now, go ahead.
But like, what happened to you? You just fell in love, and all of a sudden you're like, "Wow, cats are awesome," and I want to date a crazy cat lady.
You know, Miles, I was in a relationship with a gal about 7 months too long because I fell in love with her dog. And that was
okay.
That was a tough thing for me. You know, it was a bird dog. She named this dog Gucci. I was like, Gucci? It's a hunting dog. Have you gotten this dog out to point at things? I take the dog for a walk. He'd just be, and it was a he. He'd just be sitting there pointing at things. I was like, Gucci, what do you say? You and me, we run away together. You know, and yeah. So, and she was a Bears fan, believe it or not. But I fell in love with her dog.
So we found Charlie's kryptonite is love. That's the thing that'll make him go against his morals is if he falls in love.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's with a dog and sometimes it's with a cat.
Well, it's with a human who has 4 cats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I do love those cats. 3 blanks.
What does the Sphinx like feel like? Is it
Sphinx,
like I'm thinking what it feels like?
Honestly, a Sphinx feels like a peach. A big old peach.
Ugh.
They're kind of fun. I'm going to be honest with you. The Sphinxes, I can sort of get behind them now. You know, look, it's like anything, Miles. It's like some people are like, how do you live in Wisconsin? It's like, well, you just haven't been there long enough. And if you sit with a cat long enough, you start to, you know, I'll tell you this, you get a little feather and you brush it around. They just chase the feather all day long. You can, and they fight each other too. I'll see them fight each other and I'll take bets.
Yeah,
you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'll film them. I'm like,
you gotta go
star.
TikTok live next time.
I should. Sphinx Wars.
All right, send some hearts if you think that corn's gonna win, and if you think cabbage is gonna win, send the whatever else they do.
Yeah,
little emotes.
That's not a bad idea. Maybe I should do that.
Extra revenue stream. Pay for the cat food.
That's true. Yeah. Cats, they eat a lot. And they'll shit, and it's disgusting. Like and they do it in the house. It's crazy. Like send them outside, you know. But I do, I do really like the cats, and but sometimes they'll poop and then they get the zoomies and they run around, you know, at odd hours of the night. You know, you're like, is someone breaking in? No, it's just the cat took a dump. Yeah, Miles. I've never asked you this. Are you a cat guy or a doggy dad?
I would rather own a dog than a cat.
Do you have something against cats?
No. I just don't really know what to do around them because I feel like at any moment they could just get pissed off and do something I don't like, you know?
Well, same with dogs.
Yeah, but less likely. I feel like they're more friendly.
Yeah, but some dogs are mean. If you get bit by a mean dog, that's much worse than getting bit by a mean cat. Just playing the cat's advocate over here.
Yeah,
You
you
know?
really are a changed man.
I mean, that'll happen sometimes.
I like it.
Yeah, thank you. So it's the more sensitive side.
My
of me.
wife would take either one. She's like,
Why don't you get her one, Miles?
and my kid, every time he sees a puppy when we're out and about, he's just glued to it. Just loves it. And Anne thinks she really plays that up because she thinks that's going to be the thing that allows her to get a dog in the house. So
Do you think that you're gonna get? Who's making the shot? Who's calling the shots here? Is it you or Ann?
on the dog thing, I'm calling the shot.
Really?
I can appreciate a dog.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not in on owning one at this point in my
Why?
life.
You already have a kid. You know
Exactly.
right. But dog, you just let him outside.
That's true.
What
Then I gotta
kind
get a fence though.
Yeah. What kind of dog would you get? You don't need a fence there in Fargo. The whole backyard, just you can see them for miles.
That's true. A hunt dog.
A hunting dog, like a flusher, pointer,
Flusher.
So a little lab, black lab,
retriever, maybe.
oh, golden retriever.
That's what Am would want.
Dude, are they good?
Shed so much.
Yeah, they shed a lot. I've not hunted with a golden retriever before.
Me
Have
either.
you? I didn't even know if they hunt. They're good at retrieving balls, though. Whereas a pointer is terrible at returning balls. They just point at it.
Well, then you know where the ball is, though.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that ball moves, I'll know. Well, this has been real nice way of getting.
Wouldn't
to
that
know
be
you.
funny if they came out with a GPS app that was called Pointer, and then there's just a dog on the screen that is just pointing the direction you need to go.
That's fun.
So you're
It's
just
like a
driving, like
compass.
it's still going this way, and then all of a sudden it just goes to the right, and you just have to fucking
That'd be great.
be kind of funny.
Yeah, that would be fun. Probably would lead to a lot of accidents, but you
Try
never
it out.
know. Yeah, try it
Not
out.
every
Never
idea
know.
is a banger.
No, I didn't say it was a bad idea. I mean, if the insurance companies will love it.
True.
Well, Miles, what do you think?
Should we take some callers?
Let's do it. Hello, Lauren. How are you? Welcome to the Bellied Up podcast.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe I'm talking to you guys.
You better believe it. It's me, Charlie Berens, here with my best buddy, Miles, the You Betcha guy.
Lauren, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Real good.
We've heard that you are going to be honeymooning in the Wisconsin Dells. Is this accurate?
Yes, that is absolutely correct.
God, you made a great choice. A lot of
I know.
great
I know
last date spots there. What inspired the Wisconsin Dells? I mean, there's something. Was it the Upside Down White House? Was it Pirates Cove mini golf? Was it the Deer Feed station? Was it Mount Olympus? Was it the Kalahari? Was it just the miles and miles of water slides? More water slides per capita than anywhere in the world. Suck it, China. What made you decide on the Wisconsin Dells, Lauren?
Actually, it was your podcast.
Yes.
Hey.
I know. Yeah, you guys were
Let's go.
talking about. You were talking to somebody about like getting engaged in the Dells or something, and my fiance and I were looking for honeymoon spots, and we were, couldn't decide, and we had some in mind, but I was like, wait a minute. I feel like I heard something on the Bellied Up podcast about going to the Dells for something. And I was like, that's where we should go. And we started, looking at some different, just things that they have going on, like the boat tours and just all this stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, we'd be busy for days. We should just go. And he totally agreed 100%, like without even skipping a beat.
And
so
that's why you guys are meant to be together.
yes, exactly.
Where are you guys living at? How far of a trip is it to the Dells?
We are in like the middle of Nebraska.
Okay.
So it'll be a drive, a good maybe 8 hours, but I mean, that's a road trip that I'm willing to take.
Yeah. So many places you can stop along the way. I mean, I think you'll pass the world's biggest penny. And
probably.
Scotch Out Your Way is the world's biggest fiberglass loon. And then the Dells, I mean, you could go to House on the Rock, which is really cool. I mean, there's so many amazing roadside attractions.
Also a great way to test the marriage strength right away.
Yeah.
Just start it off with an 8-hour drive.
Yep. Yep.
That's so true.
Where are you staying? Where are you staying?
We haven't decided yet. Do you have suggestions? That'd be great.
Yeah, what kind of a vibe are we going for? Are we going for authentic Wisconsin Dells? Are we going, kind of like an all-inclusive resort style?
Do they have those there? All-inclusive resorts in the Dells?
No, but I mean, I'm just trying to get a sense of the vibe. There's a sliding scale here.
I was going to say, if they did, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. If there's something kind of in the heart of the Dells that would be like walking distance to everything, that would be ideal. But other than that, I mean, we're pretty open to whatever.
Yeah.
I stayed at a great hotel in the Dells 5 some years ago. It was called the Hairball Hotel.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh,
yeah. The name was lost in translation a little bit, but I think it's from when you pull back the bed sheets, there's always hairballs in there. So
it's
a great
lovely
spot. It's got history.
It is good about the history. Now there's plenty of good spots. Look, if you want to do, if you want to get like a nice situation, kind of standard, but maybe save your money on a couple other things, I could not recommend more the Econo Lodge Inn and Suites. Okay. It's it's very pleasant, and it's a good stay. It's got everything you need. Bed, pillows, about 3 pillows per bed, and if you get one of those rooms with 2 beds, just in case your husband now pisses you off or something, you can have 2 beds just in case. But if you want,
perfect.
They're actually shooting the next season of White Lotus at the Kalahari.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And that's going to be more your all-inclusive situation. If you're looking for water parks, they'll give you a wristband, and you have access to every single Kalahari splash pad and water slide. Okay, so you're going to want to go.
Fun.
I don't know if you're a spendy gal or not, but it's something
I am
to consider.
Teacher, so.
You were a teacher. Okay, well, we may be looking.
The Econo Lodge might be.
The Econo Lodge could be more in your wheelhouse, or the Sleep In and Suites.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But there's so what are your do you have a list of things that you're gonna do?
No, not yet.
Okay.
We're very open to if other people who have been there have suggestions. We're like, oh, we'll write that down and look it up, and so we're still just kind of planning it out.
Well, my recommendation, what month are we going?
July.
Okay, so you might want to rent a pontoon on Lake Delton, and that could be very fun. Now, keep in mind, if you go out there wading in the water, my buddy did cut his foot on a broken beer bottle there, so just wear your water shoes, okay?
Oh, right, yeah.
Yep, but that could be a fun thing to do. Beyond that, just tell me about your interests.
Being outside, walking. We take a lot of walks. We like to, I don't know, just
Miles, stop laughing. She likes to walk.
No, I'm just laughing because it's like you're like, what's your hobby? And it's just like just being outside.
I don't know.
Kind of a funny thought.
I don't know.
Like 500 years ago, that wasn't a hobby. That was just living life.
How you got
outside.
Yeah. Well, now people got to make special time for it, and we'll throw out a few things here. You can do horseback riding. Okay, you can go to
that's fun.
You can go to the Country Bumpkin Farm Market and Country Bumpkin Farm Market. And sorry about that. There's There's the Lost Canyon tours where you can go around the beautiful gorges along the Wisconsin River. I mean, there's so many things you can do here. Have you seen Tiger King?
A little bit of it, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
there's the Wisconsin Big Cat Rescue and Educational Center, and they've got some tigers. So, yeah, there's more. I can go more, but yeah, Miles, any other thoughts?
What, so you're getting married? Are you going like right after the wedding? Are you guys headed for the Dells, or is there going to be some lag time between the two?
Oh, no, it'll be like the week after, yeah.
Nice.
It's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
That's very exciting. Well, we're stoked for you. And you know, Miles,
what?
I wonder if we can get them a gift package sent to their hotel room, you know, filled with You Betcha merch.
Yeah.
And some Bellied Up merch.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
That'd be great.
welcome him into that. So you let us know if you end up going the Econo Lodge, and we'll have that waiting for you in your room when you get there. Maybe a little. Are you guys brandy drinkers?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you are now, because we'll leave you a bottle right in that room. All right.
Absolutely. That'd be great.
Yeah. You just let us know where you end up staying. You got our phone number. Just text us, and we'll get you set up right.
Awesome. That'd be great.
Cool. Well, also, last thing I'll say is the Museum of Historic Torture Devices is pretty cool. All right. They might have closed, but they kind of close and open. So you depending on the supply of torture devices, it's a touring thing. So they just kind of have to take what they get, you know, coming through.
Right.
But we're excited for you. This is going to be a good time.
Yeah. Awesome.
Good way to kick off the marriage.
Oh, yeah, it sure is. Charlie, I do have one thing to mention. My family and I have been fans of you guys for a very, very long time.
Well, thank you.
And I don't know if you guys had Catholic Schools Week when you were in school.
Oh,
sure
yeah.
did.
But yeah, so one of the days was Famous Person Day or something along those lines. And my youngest brother dressed up as you, Charlie, for Catholic Schools Week.
Wow.
For that day.
That's really cool. What's his name?
Yeah. His name is Ben.
Ben. So did he like have to order a muscle suit, or did you get it, Miles?
No.
They put some like dark makeup underneath his eyes.
Oh, that's so annoying. You know. Do I have dark circles right
you look
now?
Great right
Thank
now.
you.
Looks like you got a great night of sleep.
I got 7.5. No
There we
big
go.
deal. No big deal. That what did he wear? In all seriousness,
I think he wore like he has like some of your merch. I think it was like a Watch Out for Deer shirt, like the camo one. And then there was a cap that he wore, but I can't remember which one it was.
that's okay. He got that off
But yeah.
mantalkminute.com then. Good for him.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, he did. Yeah. Or at the Fleet Farm, because he absolutely loves the Fleet Farm.
Good for him. See, I like it. You smart family making wise decisions.
Yeah.
I'm honored. Tell him I'm honored the next time you see him. Okay.
I will. And honestly, he might listen to this episode. So I know my mom does. She listens while she's doing her walks every evening. And yeah, so he might be listening. Who knows?
What's his name?
Ben.
Ben, good for you, man. Thanks for wearing my stuff out there. And what's your mom's name?
Donna.
Keep on walking. Keep her moving out there. Okay. Watch.
Yeah, you could start a walking club, Charlie, called Keep Her Moving.
Keep her moving on one side. Watch out for deer on the other.
I just imagine Charlie like going to different cities with his walking club, and it's just all like 55 plus women just walking with Charlie around the city.
That'd be a great idea, Miles.
It is actually a great idea. You heard of all the millennial run clubs?
Yeah, just a walking one.
Yeah.
Hey guys, today we're walking. I'll have the binoculars to be showing you guys some birds. You know, that'd be cool.
I mean, honestly, like you showed today, you're basically a tour guide for cities, anyways.
Right.
So you're just looking, you're showing the sights of the city. You're getting a good walk in, and you get the added advantage of getting to see all the birds.
I mean, it's smart when you think about it, and we can, you know, everyone can come. There's no barrier of entry, and I'll have T-shirts for sale on my person. You know, so good idea. Well, thank you for calling in, and congratulations to you guys. We're happy you're going to spend your lives together, and you're making good life decisions by choosing the Dells.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, we'll see you soon now.
Yeah, watch out for deer.
You too. Bye-bye. Smart. That's all I have to say about that is smart, Miles.
Where'd you honeymoon at?
My wife at the time, she had a free coupon or she had like a 3-night free stay, and then we added on to that in Mexico.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, went to see Los Cenotes. That's cenotes to you and me, but pretty cool underwater activity going on there. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It was fun. Good time. Thanks for bringing up my honeymoon. All right, folks. Well, should we do another caller?
Let's do it.
What's on your mind, DJ? I hear you want a nickname at your bar, huh?
Oh, yeah. So, you know, I like to go to bars, like local bars. I'm talking local places that, like, again, only locals know about. And like, yeah, you'll get a few stragglers in there every once in a while, but I just moved and I just found a local bar I like. So I want to start going there more, and I want to get a name for myself.
You want to get a name for yourself?
Yeah, you got it, right?
Like you want a bar
There's
nickname?
one guy there. Oh, yeah. There's one guy there named El Camino Dan.
That is a great nickname.
Damn, that is cool. Well,
did he get the nickname like I think he got the nickname?
Does he have an El Cam?
He's got an El Camino.
All right.
All right, well, what do you got to bring to the table? Dan's got an El Camino. What do you got?
At the moment, I got an 87 Bronco that I'm trying to get rid of. And then I got a 70 Chevy pickup.
Okay.
Chevy and Bronco, great nicknames.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they could go from calling you DJ to BJ, you know? What's your middle name?
Alexander.
Well, where does DJ come from?
Oh, I'm a junior. Named after my great-granddad.
Oh, what's your first name? Donald?
Douglas.
Douglas Jr.
But I don't know if that's how junior works.
Well,
I always thought junior was immediately following the senior, and then if you skip a generation, it's the second, isn't it?
Ooh.
That's yes. We're gonna go into this now. So my dad's also named Douglas, but I'm not named after him. He's also named after my great grandfather. So he's named after his grandfather. I'm named after my great grandfather, and we basically have the same name. But I'm the junior somehow.
I don't. But to Miles's point, no, you're not. You're Douglas or
the third.
The third. So you're D3. They could call you Mighty Duck.
Yeah.
Muddy Duck.
Gordon Bombay.
Gordon, yeah, we got Gordon Bombay over here. Yeah,
Bombay, and then you can make that your signature drink.
Oh yeah, he's Bombay. Yeah. See, I think you got to backtrack it. You know what? I get DJ. You just go into that bar and start spilling the whole naming situation, and you're not going to get a name. They're going to name you, and that's really what.
Yeah.
You just got to go in there and spread your brain like a book, and they'll start giving you options, and then you're not going to like probably the name that they pick.
Well, you never do.
No.
Yeah, there's only one guy in my life that successfully said, "This is my nickname," and we accepted it and we loved it.
What was it?
His nickname was Jizz.
Jizz?
Yeah.
Well, I can see that.
And we kind of started razzing him about it, and he said, No. If you're going to call me Jizz, you can't be a dick about it. He's
wow.
Like, we're going to be cool if you're going to call me Jizz.
Yeah.
You gotta be cool about it. And
That's true.
then there was a lot of respect in that.
I mean,
then we didn't make fun of it after that.
Sounds like a guy's been called Jizz his entire life. Well, shout out to Jizz. Do you think what's the name of this bar? As long as we're shouting out things, let's give the bar.
Oh
some
yeah,
props.
sure. It's Kelly's Bar in Sun Valley, Nevada.
Ooh,
I like that.
Kelly's
Nevada,
Bar,
huh?
Sun Valley, Nevada.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of going about the nickname thing wrong. It's like the guy who wants a nickname never ends up with one. You kind of got to drop the wanting a nickname and then you get one.
Also, should be noted,
true.
DJ currently a nickname.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's always what I've gone by. My friends, when they hear my legal name, they're like, "Your name's Douglas?" I'm like, "Yes, that's my legal name, but don't call me that. There's only a few people in my life that call me that. My mother doesn't even call me that."
Who are the few people then? If your mother can, who?
Just like two of my buddies, and I've told them multiple times, please stop using that, and they relentlessly just call me Douglas.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you tell me not to do something, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, so
totally
whatever you
adds
do, keep your, if they try to call you Douglas looking at your ID, don't fight it the first few times and it'll pass.
So, Douglas, who do you think you are that you think you can have multiple nicknames? You've already got
because
a
I'm
nickname.
that kind of guy.
You already got a nickname, and now you're just, it's like the rich getting richer.
Yeah. You're supposed to
yeah, of
appreciate what
course.
you got.
Oh, I do. Don't worry. But I got multiple nicknames. Back home, I had a nickname called Moonshine
Why?
because my great-granddad ran moonshine, and I like to drink it.
Because your head's so far up where the moon don't shine? Is that what it was?
Oh, nice
Oh,
one, Miles.
didn't-
That's what's up.
I didn't give myself that nickname. Somebody else gave me that nickname.
Wow. Because you like moonshine. Okay. Okay. What do you do for a living there, Douglas?
I'm a welder.
Welder. Okay.
Okay, so you are filthy rich.
Yeah. You're
God,
making
no.
all that
I'm
money.
Some broke dude in Nevada that just welds for a living.
What do you weld?
Ornamental iron, so all like handrails, stairways, stuff that goes in people's homes that look all fancy.
Okay, so you're a finish guy. You work on the finishing touches.
Yeah, we're definitely finished guys.
We're talking to an artist here.
Mm-hmm.
Douglas the artist. Huh.
It's kind of an art.
Is a good way to make extra money as a welder is to weld stuff and sell it on Facebook Marketplace?
If you can weld, I recommend people learn enough to where they're comfortable, their welds are strong, and then if somebody's got a broken muffler or somebody stole somebody else's catalytic converter, just do it out of your garage or something. I used to do that for a little bit when I was between jobs. Had a little cash.
So you would, maybe I didn't get this right, but so you would find people who stole catalytic converters and you would help them attach it to something else?
No. People who have had their catalytic converters.
Got it. I was like, what a business.
No, it is a business because what he's not telling you is he was the guy stealing the catalytic converter.
Correct, yeah.
How do you ensure there's still a demand? You create demand. If you don't
I'm going to
have
plead the
demand,
fifth on that one.
See, I know how you operate over here.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What do you, yeah, I mean, if you truly want a nickname at the bar, you're going to have to start doing some random shit, because that's always how a nickname starts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's hard to pinpoint it though, Miles. It's like what's it like? It's like
hugging a cloud.
Yeah.
You just can't do it. You can't force a nickname. You can't plan it.
Exactly. You hug a cloud, you think you're gonna like balloon animal that thing into a giraffe. Before you know it, you got a giant wiener in the sky, and now your name's Sky Wiener. And it's a beautiful analogy. You can't go there hugging clouds. You just got to enjoy it, appreciate, let people appreciate too, and then the cloud becomes what it's called. Same with constellations,
This whole nickname thing kind of brings stuff up for me because I was kind of a kid growing up that just never had a nickname.
Well, you got a cool name. So
yeah, but not really.
If I were to nickname you, I'd call you Kilometers.
I have got that before, but it doesn't stick, is what I mean. You know,
It's too.
There's always one clever guy like you, Charlie. who's
Clever,
like,
not
it'd be
funny.
if
DJ laughed. So
I just never had a nickname.
I actually called one of my buddies Kilometer for a while.
was his name Miles too?
Yes, it was.
See? Yeah. I guess it wasn't that original. Here I thought I was being quick on the lip. Not so much. Well,
But with the name Charles, you mean you got Charlie, you got Chuck,
Charlie, Chuck, Chaz, Chip, Up Chuck, Chuckles,
yeah.
Buckles.
yeah,
Got
Chuckles. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Mm-hmm.
So you just got built in.
I just took it. Whatever anyone said, I just took it.
And I think part of that was the reason why I named my kid so that he could have a nickname. You know, it's like I didn't want him to be deprived of the nickname that I never had, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of living vicariously nickname wise through my own child.
Augie.
Yep. August. Call him Augie. Call him Gus. The whole thing.
Oh, you got all of it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
August. Do you know how to spell August?
Yeah.
Okay. Because
Yeah, he just had to write it in crayon on the birth certificate, though.
oh man. Well, we hope you get your nickname.
Do you have a nickname in mind that you're hoping to get?
That's a good question.
If I can stick with Moonshine, because that's the one I had back home, then awesome. If not, I'll gladly take something else.
Well, here's what you do. You go to that bar every day and you ask for moonshine, whether they got it or not. And you just say, you guys getting moonshine in yet? And they'll start calling you moonshine.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
you didn't think of that one before you called in? Because that doesn't seem like revolutionary advice.
They don't have it on the shelf, and I've asked once before, and I'm just like, oh, they don't have it, they don't have it. They don't stock it, they don't stock it.
I know, but the guy who's nicknamed Moonshine he brings it up all the time.
Yeah. You got to have a quirk. You got to have a hook and a crutch for people to give you a name. So embrace it.
I'll try.
What's your favorite kind of moonshine?
I mean, the easiest to get the old smoky stuff.
I'm looking at the sign on the back of the bar right there, Charlie. It says old smoky.
Oh,
Tennessee
it does.
moonshine.
What a thing. What a deal. Yeah, we spoke it into existence.
Yeah, I mean, so you said it's the easiest to find, so we'll let that pass. But if your nickname's going to be Moonshine, you can't be just going with the basic cable Starbucks version of Moonshine, which seems to be Old Smoky. Is that? What's the like underground moonshine we should be looking for?
So the moonshine my granddad actually used to run was Georgia Moon moonshine, and I tried it a few times, and I've tried a bunch of other moonshines, and for some reason, that's the one I like.
Okay, go in. So your grandpa was running moonshine, you said?
Well, he was running lumber from North Carolina to New York, and what was in that lumber, you know,
wow.
could be up for
So
debate.
you're in a crime family.
Yeah, this is a cartel
No.
guy.
You
It's
should
not a
have let
crime
in with
family.
this.
It's just a family.
It's
bootleggers.
just a family. What's your are you Italian?
No, I'm half German and half English, Scandinavian.
Wow. Okay. So they just found a woodman and made him a moonshine man.
Bootlegger. He's a bootlegger.
Bootlegger.
Bootlegger and a rum runner.
Who'd he run for? What families in New York?
I didn't really get to that part before he passed.
Well, does
I
anyone
remember as a
know?
little kid he used to tell me. Yeah, I think my old man knows.
Yeah, talk to your old man or Google your grandpa's name and Gambino and see if anything comes up and just go through all the crime families in New York. You might be able to find, maybe you get his fingerprints somewhere. Did he ever get picked up? Busted?
I don't think so. He was pretty, as much as you can do in bootlegging on the level.
Well,
So,
that's because he was a smart bootlegger and he didn't talk about being bootleggers. And then he has some grandchildren that go on a fucking podcast and start blowing up his spot.
Loose lips sink ships. You ever heard of that?
They always say that the third generation ruins the family business.
It's true.
It's true. DJ, come on, man. Douglas.
oh, no. The rumor is if you go looking for moonshiners, you ain't going to come back out of them woods.
Okay.
Wow, we better be careful too.
Now we got to be careful.
You might be on the hit list, you know.
He's gonna own this podcast by the end.
Probably. Yeah, he's gonna dip his beak in it, you know.
Tell your family that I like my kneecaps, and anything you want me to cut out of this, I'll do it. I can be bought.
No, you guys are good. Don't worry.
Okay, well,
appreciate that, Moonshine. Yeah,
we do have family in Chicago though, so stay in Wisconsin.
God.
Watch out. I like it. You go in there, start making people feel like you're part of the business still. They'll call you Moonshine out of respect.
Yeah, you got to start wearing like lots of gold rings and bracelets.
Pinky.
And then like grow some 100%. Grow some chest hair.
Wear a tracksuit.
Yeah, tracksuit. And then when you're feeling fancy, get like a shirt that you only button up halfway with like a gold chain on.
Yeah.
Then they're gonna start.
That's like, one way to stand out.
Yeah, that's the move.
You just got to command the bar. Don't say anything. Nothing screams I'm in control more than not saying anything. Right, Charlie?
Yeah. Speak softly and
find one of the corner booths.
Yeah. And just like pay people to just randomly rifle in like you're having business meetings with them.
Yeah.
That's always been my dream. In today's world, we have business meetings on Zoom, right?
Lame.
It's just, I want to start having business meetings at bars at like 11 p.m. like they do in the movies.
And then you show up with just a thing of quarters and you're out there keeping the last payphone in business,
Yeah. And there's also, I don't know if you notice this about TV shows, Charlie, but every time like someone has like a dinner and then they have like a business conversation, their conversation lasts 2 minutes and then the one guy gets up and leave.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of funny to view that conversation as the perspective of the waiter.
Oh, yeah.
Like the one guy gets there first, like, can I get you something to drink? And he's like, I'll do a, whiskey, just whiskey neat. And you bring it to him. And then you see the other guy come in and you're like doing something else. And you walk over the table to get up, guy gets up and leave. And you're like, what the hell?
Yeah. Was it my service? Yeah. I that's a good sketch, actually.
Yeah, like being a waiter at a mob restaurant.
Yeah. And it just ends with 4 gunshots, and he goes and gets the mop bucket,
The bleach.
Yeah, bleach in the bucket. Yeah. See, look at this. We're just spitballing here.
Just walks in. Yep, another day, another dollar. Yep.
That's it.
Yep, just throw them in the dumpster. Vinny knows what to do. Yeah.
Well, look, Moonshine, it was great for you to call in.
They just always have a concrete truck out back.
Yeah.
They've been setting up the concrete patio for so long. They keep having to tear it up.
Every now and again, there's a bunch of
6 foot squares.
Just little pads out back.
They're building a big house. It's just a mausoleum, with those concrete slabs.
Oh, it's concrete. It takes 28 days to set. Why are you asking so many questions? Why it's taking so long? Forget about it. Mind your own business.
Hey, see, you go in there with that attitude, you go to Kelly's like that, Douglas, you're going to turn into Moonshine in no time.
Yeah.
Well, good for you, my guy.
Command the bar.
Command it. But the way you command it is don't say or do anything. Say, you watch any mob show, the head honcho guy, he doesn't say shit.
He just nods.
Just nods.
Lights up a cigar.
He'll do one of these with his finger, maybe. He'll kind of give just a little nod, and then all of a sudden the room just goes into action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orders a gabagool.
Gabagool.
Maybe his gumaz there.
All right.
Yeah, of course.
Well, Douglas, thanks for calling in today.
That's Moonshine to you, Miles. Get out there, Moonshine. We'll see you soon, all right?
All right. Tell your folks I say hi. Watch out for deer. Yep.
You too. See you soon.
The Italian restaurant waiter. Because that could be like the title of the video.
Yeah.
Is just like waiting tables at an Italian restaurant.
Every waiter at an Italian restaurant.
And then it's just the setting is that it's the mob guy there.
We should do that. You got to get an Italian restaurant in Fargo. We can do that.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. Olive Garden.
Oh, definitely.
That's where it should be.
It for sure should be that. More breadsticks, sir. Puts down the breadsticks. Guy leaves. The fuck?
No, it'd be like the mob guy does the little hand thing, and then the waiter's like, sir, I don't know what that means.
More breadsticks.
Russell, what's up?
Yes. Going on.
Do you have a bar in your office? Like, I know you pass the bars and you got that probably hanging up somewhere, but do you have like a physical bar booze in your office like you're on Mad Men?
I do have a little mixture of like some spirits from Wisconsin, but then I also have a bottle of Berens brandy in here too. So it's not like an official bar that you can belly up to, but I do have a few bottles of booze in here, including Berens brandy.
That's what I'm talking about.
I've got enough.
Nice, Russell. That's why I asked the question. We didn't even take that long to get there. That's pretty cool. Do you feel like, do all lawyers, like every time you think of a lawyer, you think of a guy like clutching like just drinking like some hooch straight, no rock, you know? Is that how all lawyers drink their booze?
There are a lot of lawyers that drink booze. I can tell you that I've seen some cool setups. I was at a law office once and I had this big globe. And then you could actually open the globe and it was full of booze. It was pretty much the coolest globe I've ever seen. So that was in a law office. So that's pretty awesome. I've been to a few of the older offices where they'll actually have like a lounge in like the basement area that looks kind of like a bar and is fully stocked. There's one actually, I think in Hudson that has that. I know there's a few in the Twin Cities. And then back in the day when I was like a younger attorney, there's kind of like the passing the guard of a lot of the older judges. And I know one judge that would be like, he had a little bottle of the booze and bring the new attorneys in and sit them down and hand them the bottle to take a little swig on. So just saying, hi, welcome to the bar.
Yeah.
So, the bar association. So yeah, I don't know how many have official bars in their offices, but I would say there's quite a few that have some access to, it's a few choices of liquor.
That's maybe a good idea, Charlie. Russell, we should attach a bar to your office. And then when you have people in, you can bring them over to the bar and you're like, wow, this guy really knows what he's talking about. Plus, what?
Well, then what if someone slips at his bar and cracks their head open and then they they go up to him and they say,
they'll have slip-free floors.
Slip-free floors.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of grit on the flooring.
Smart. Sticky floors.
So by that logic, you shouldn't even have an office either because someone can walk into their office
Miles,
and slip and fall and crack their head
didn't
open.
say I was using logic.
Basically, Russell, you should just put everyone in bubble wrap and or just a bubble in general, and that's how we should all live our life, according to Charlie's logic.
Well, we don't need...
Yeah, apparently.
Miles would make a real great attorney, Russell, if you're looking for someone.
Yeah, I see that. I think, it'd be kind of an interesting sell to have a bar. I know in my Hudson office, we have a bar right below us in the same building. So, if that ever goes under, we could just absorb that into the office and you'd come in to the bar. And then, on the way out, you could get like a token or whatever chip to get a drink. And then, maybe get some burgers on the grill down there too. You could do a lot of things with that. This is not actually a bad idea.
I mean,
and then
just a lawyer themed bar would be great, or a courtroom themed bar, and you just call it the bar, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then people will be like, you'd be talking on the phone, walking in the street, and then somebody be like, what are you doing? And you're like, oh, I'm passing the bar.
You'd be like, don't pass the bar.
Yeah.
That could be the name of it,
Passing the bar.
Don't pass the bar.
Don't pass the bar.
Go in the bar. Don't pass the bar.
Yep.
It's for all the people who failed law school.
All the bartenders are going to be wearing robes.
Whoa, this took a weird
you could have
turn.
some legal themed drinks, right? Like
those kinds of robes. Those are like judges, not lawyers, Miles. I was thinking.
I said the bartenders.
Oh, the bartenders are the judges. Bartenders are kind of like the judges, and
they're the judge and jury at a bar.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, because they can have you thrown out, right? They can have you cut off, and they can also hear your stories and give you good advice and make a decision for you.
Yeah.
What you got to do.
Yeah.
Where you went wrong in life.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Judge, jury, and executioner.
Yeah, just be like, honey, or you just call the bar jury duty. You're like, I'm being summoned to jury duty.
Ah, there it is, Miles. We found it. I like it.
There's got to be a bar out there called Jury Duty, and whoever thought of that, I commend them. That's a phenomenal name.
I think.
Where were you
And
at
if not,
today?
you know what the bar below me is going to be called? Jury duty. Yep. Hey,
Yep.
sorry, honey. I got jury duty. I'm going to jury duty.
Yeah, where you been all day? Jury duty. Oh, okay. You're doing your part.
Civic duty. You're going to jury duty every week. I know. I'm a great citizen.
Yeah, where can the folks find you at if they're looking to get some help from you?
NicoletLaw.com or 1-855-NICOLET.
Or just Google Nicolade.
Yeah. Or just Google. Or check us out on the TikTok.
Okay.
We're all over social. So.
Nice. Well, thanks for calling in, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, you guys too. Take care. We'll see ya.
This is Brandon. What's up?
Brandon, what's going on? It's me, Charlie. I'm here with Miles.
What's up, guys? Nice to hear from you.
Yeah.
Nice to hear from you too. I heard you're going to a wedding coming up. Tell us about
Yes,
that.
sir. Yeah. So, well, I'm back now, but when I called you guys, I was on my way down there. Yeah, we know we all like weddings, right? But this was a little different. Like, I never actually met the guy in person before. So, yeah. We met
Well, how does one get invited to a wedding that you've never met the person for? He's like, I was the DJ.
I stood, man. I was standing next to the guy.
You were in the wedding party and you never met him before?
Yeah.
How does this happen?
Well, back in 2009, I like to play Call of Duty a lot, and he did too. And we met in the random chat lobby way back. So
This is amazing. So you guys meet over the internet. You know each other headset to headset. Spend a lot of time with each other, hours, and he invites you to the wedding. You don't even think to meet him before. Where does he live? Where do you live?
Well, yeah. So I mean, that's part of the issue, right? Like, I'm in northern Michigan, and he was about 15 hours away. In like Bentonville, Ohio. Bentonville, Arkansas.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
wow.
15-hour drive, man. 15-hour drive. It was a lovely drive.
It's just a ways down the road.
But even since this is just classic, just guys being dudes.
Yeah.
You started playing Call of Duty with them in 2009, and we're not asking you guys to meet up like 3 times a year. It's just between 2009 and 2025. I thought maybe there'd be one time that maybe you guys could meet up halfway.
Yeah.
You know, if you're on vacation, you swing on through.
Yeah. Arkansas, great vacation spot. Nothing.
Yeah.
You guys never even planned it? Did you like Zoom each other? Did you know what each other looked like? I don't play Call of Duty. I don't know if you can see the face or not.
Well, no, you can't. I mean, it's probably the better, because if you could see faces, you probably see more than faces. But let's kind of leave that there.
Wieners.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, there you go. You said it.
Got it,
I didn't want
yeah.
to say it. I got a reputation to uphold, you know.
Yeah, for sure. So, but have you seen, like, did you guys like follow each other on Instagram? You know what the look is, or did you just never see the guy?
So he was on, we were friends on Facebook for a bit. He got rid of it after some time. So that, you're really kind of shooting in the dark when you travel 15 hours to meet a dude that you have only talked to like with a headset on while you're, shooting virtual people.
You guys went to war together, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
You know?
We did.
Yeah.
We were blood brothers, man, for life.
Yeah.
you got each other's sixes, you know.
We got our sixes, yeah, for sure.
So okay,
sure.
yeah. So you guys only talk through playing Call of Duty. What was it like when you guys met for the first time?
So I roll up to his apartment, and he was standing outside, and I'm like, I think that's him, because I've always seen like pictures circa like 10 years ago. So it was like it's kind of weird, because we're obviously like used to just playing with the headsets on, and don't interact. He doesn't interact much with other people, I'm guessing, because I stood in his wedding, So, sorry, it sounds so bad. God, I didn't want to. But anyway, so I walked into his apartment, and like, I was just checking out the space, and I'm like, man, this guy's living the life. He's got like TV kind of tilted down towards like the big beanbag chair. It's all fluffed up with pillows and blankets. It's just like the true bachelor pad life. And I'm driving from like, I lost my wife and kid to come down and see him, and it was busiest time of work too. And like, I don't know, it's just kind of envious, You just gotta wake up, play games.
That's what Call of Duty friends are for, though. You answered the Call
Right?
of Duty on this. I mean,
Yes,
did you ask him how many friends on the list he had to go down before he asked you to? Were you in his wedding? He was in the wedding, right?
Yeah.
Were you
Yeah,
best man?
I wasn't the best man.
Okay.
No, I wasn't, but I was standing next to the best man. So.
Wow. Second place.
I imagine, like they
Yes,
first
sir.
meet, it's like an awkward first date. They don't really know what to talk about. But then he's like, they're just standing in the living room. So yeah, that's my beanbag chair.
Looks like
Cool.
Nuketown in here.
Yeah, cool. Looks cool. So you want to play some Call of Duty?
Yeah, did you guys play?
and then the conversation was just elite once they got the headset on.
That's the only way they can talk.
Oh, yeah.
But he's like,
Let me get right into the thick of it. Yeah.
yeah, but he's like, you sit down on the couch with him. He's like, no, dude, go play in the other room. We're gonna hang
Where's
out
your
in the
TV?
same room.
Where's
Yeah.
your Xbox?
Yeah, why didn't you bring it with?
I kind of like you talking better when it's a little distorted,
The
Oh,
what?
right. Yeah,
Like
exactly.
he can only like stand his voice if it's a little distorted. It feels like feels different in person. Did you guys have any tiffs or any things you had to smooth out once you met in person, or did it go pretty swimmingly?
Probably a couple of times I, threw him out in the wild and told the enemies he was there and told him to shoot him. But, we got over that pretty quick because we're talking 2009. This is a while ago. So
Well,
time heals,
I'm trying to.
I love how you can only think in Call of Duty.
Yeah, I'm talking in person.
Reality to these two guys don't exist.
Oh, reality.
right
my
now
God.
they they think that they are at war and they're calling home right now.
Yeah. And marriage in the military, you only have so long to do it because the next tour is calling.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, fortunately for us, we were both men, so not that I'm against any of that, but we didn't get married. So
Okay.
Okay.
not married. That wasn't me marrying him.
No, I get
we
it.
didn't, we
I
didn't
get
think
it.
that at all until you
Yeah,
said it.
now
Now we're
you're-
kind of starting to wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see why you drove
You guys are
15
putting
hours.
You're wordsmithing me, man. Yeah.
Yeah. When they asked if
There
there
you
were
go.
any objections, did you kind of want to stand up at all?
Well, I already was standing, but
Okay.
I did not speak up. No.
Yeah.
He just sits down on the ground cross-legged and crosses his arms. He's like, I object. I object.
I object. Right.
Was the best
So yeah, like, were you guys wearing your like best with the uniform, the military uniform? What are they called? When they like wear the
fatigues or whatever.
yeah. Is that what you guys were wearing?
No, no, we weren't. We're wearing just your normal wedding attire, all black and yeah. So
was the best
Unfortunately
man also a Call of Duty friend?
actually, yeah, he was.
Wow.
Yeah,
And had they
So I
met
never met
before
him.
the wedding?
they had met before the wedding. Yeah, they don't live too far from each other.
Okay. Was
Yeah, he was a
everybody
pretty
in
cool dude?
everybody in the wedding party was a Call of Duty friend?
No,
So yeah.
no.
Does anyone who
That'd be,
existed in this guy's real life at this wedding?
Yeah.
Was his family there?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked a lot like his dad. So I don't think his dad was fake. So
Okay. Well,
I
that's
can vouch for those two for sure.
was a good experience. Would you do it again?
Oh yeah, I go back down there.
Okay. Well,
It was good. If you ever had to get married again, I'll be there for him.
that's
for
nice.
sure.
Yeah. Is he going to come to your wedding?
He's already married.
Oh, you're already married.
Yeah, I'm already married. Yeah,
Shows how
9
much
years,
I listen.
man.
Good for you. And
Charlotte.
did your wife? Was she supportive of this?
Yeah, she was. Yeah, so she wasn't too supportive of me leaving her with the kid for half a week,
Duty calls,
almost a week,
man.
really.
Yeah.
Duty does call. Yeah.
Yeah.
And on top of all that, we both work as CPAs. So, or as they call it in the Midwest, CPA. But so like a busy time of year for us right now. So
Yeah.
kind of left her in the dust with that one, but
This all tracks. CPAs getting together after work, living a different life.
What was your buddy's name?
oh yeah. His name is Steven.
Steven. I like it.
Well, tell Steven we say congratulations, and we're happy for you guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you bet. Now get back out there and answer the call, my guy.
Oh yeah, you better believe it, man. I'll be up all night taking care of those zombies and whatever else comes across my path.
Who else is going to protect us from the zombies?
We need you out there.
No one. Oh, that's great.
Well, we appreciate you calling in, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Hey, I love all your guys' stuff that you do. I've been watching it for, gosh, forever. And the whole trip down there, 15 hours of Miles and the You Betcha crew on the old radio.
Ooh.
So
Wow.
got to hear your voice quite a bit on the way down,
15
man.
hours.
That's for sure.
Not 1 hour
Yeah,
for
I'm
the
not
Cripes
kidding.
cast, huh?
Hey, Charles, I'll give your book a listen on the way back. So
all right.
there was
All
that.
right. Hey, I'll take that.
You
I'll
got
take
that whole
yeah.
book done in 15 hours?
He said he gave
Not
it
the
a
whole
try.
book. I gave it a try.
And he was right
Well,
back to
funny,
listen to
like-
your podcast.
yeah,
Well,
well,
that's all right. I'm
I
not
have the book,
offended.
but- yeah, well, I mean, I liked it, man. It was good. I can relate to about everything in it, so I thought I was doing pretty good for a Midwestern guy. But
Hell yeah. Well, thanks, dude. Thanks. You
Yeah.
keep getting back out there, counting the CPs and the A's up there in the Upper Peninsula, and tell you
He's in Nebraska, isn't he?
Upper Peninsula.
no.
Oh,
You say he's in Michigan, right? Last gal was
Yeah,
from
like
Nebraska.
Petoskey. Yeah.
Petoskey. Yeah.
who's in Nebraska?
The gal before.
Oh, man. Jeez. Louise.
Miles. This is my job to screw up the facts.
I know. What the hell? Sorry about that.
That's all right. Well, you take care now, okay? And thanks for supporting my podcast.
Appreciate you guys. So take care.
Have a
See you
good one.
soon. You know, we met over the internet, too.
I was saying, we met online.
We did.
We did meet in person before you came to my wedding, though.
That's true. Many a times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a lot of interactions before your wedding.
Is that where we're headed as a society? More and more of Call of Duty parties being in each other's weddings?
I think so, man. I think so. You know, and I'm normally a snoozy Sally about that kind of stuff. But, you know, wherever you meet friends, it's good to
They
have
seemed
them.
happy about it.
They
you
seemed
know?
happy, and they got together. They would have never met if it weren't the other way, and they found friendship. And who am I to piss on anyone's parade? That's the new leaf I'm turning over, Miles.
I like that.
Who am I to piss on anyone's parade? Yeah. I'm still pissy I don't listen to any of the friggin' Cripes cast. 15 hours? 15 hours, you guys? God. If only he knew.
Only knew what?
I can't say it on this podcast.
Okay.
Well,
Really,
should we
Charlie?
do another call?
Yeah,
Miles?
let's do it. All right, Charlie, we got a voicemail from Eric.
Eric on the voicemail.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Eric. I'm 23 from Northern Illinois.
Young lad.
Just a quick question for you guys. Whatever happened to the bar? Real listeners know what I'm talking about in your first episode. You guys talked about it. It just kind of dissipated from there. So call me back at 815.
Well, like everything in Miles in my life, half-baked ideas, you know?
Yeah.
That's really what it was.
Half-built idea.
Half-built ideas. That was a fun project, that bar. We're just trying to do too much in too little time with too little know-how.
Just too much ambition.
Too much ambition.
I still have the bar, though.
It's a beautiful
It is in
piece
my
of wood.
warehouse. It's currently just sitting there. It flips upside down, actually, I think. So
Is
the
it?
bar is on the ground.
Oh, sad.
The guys that we got it from were very disappointed to find out that that's what we're doing with it. Because it's like this cool old reclaimed thing. I don't remember exactly what it was from.
It was like a door or something.
I don't know
think.
what it was, but they themselves were keeping it for something. And then I messaged them to see if they had anything so we could build the bar. And they're like, "You're going to love this piece." So then we put it together, and we just haven't really done anything for it, and so they're pretty salty that we took their wood top and not using it for anything. But
I think we paid for it, didn't we?
something, I don't remember.
Probably got a deal. I get why they're disappointed. It is a nice piece of wood. Maybe we should go back, and do get some nice 4x4 legs for that thing.
Well, so the problem is because it got really wobbly, but that's because we didn't do the crisscross X that you're supposed to do.
Because they put like inserts for that.
Yeah,
right?
we like got a bunch of tools and screws to like drill into it to pilot hole and all this stuff. And we went to the store, bought all the stuff, and then we flipped the thing over to do it. And they had already pre-done like rivet holes in it so that we could just screw a bolt into it already. Yeah. It was ready to go.
Yeah.
We did all this work. And I think the challenge we said was it'd be like, we're going to do this in 4 hours. And how long did it actually take us? Like 8 hours to do.
It was insanely long. But it wouldn't be too hard. You just build a little frame and then just drill the pilot hole through the frame wood and then a few screws and we're done.
Yeah, so like what we were planning on doing is we were like, it would be nice to just have like a studio for Bellied Up.
Right.
So when you're in Fargo, we could just go anytime and do it. And then we went and did one at a bar in Milwaukee or around that area.
Yep.
And we were like, I think we just kind of became addicted to doing it in real bars because it was so much more fun.
Yeah, it's a good
and
vibe.
Better vibe, better look. And so that's kind of why it was a one and done situation.
Yeah, and it's just nice to shout out all these different bars and get to see the different bars. So, as a couple bar guys, we didn't want to recreate the bar.
Yeah. What are we doing trying to reinvent the wheel?
Exactly. Yeah. Reinvent the bar. That's it. Yeah. So we didn't. And we've been doing this ever since, but that's still a nice piece of wood. And in the Smithsonian one day, it will certainly be there on display for the first Bellied Up episode. But until then, we'll keep thinking.
Maybe we could bring it on a Bellied Up Live one time.
That would be good as the set. That's a good idea for the Bellied Up Live. Yeah. We'll just have to finish off the frame.
Yeah.
I think that'll be great.
Any movement, Charlie, mentally on Bellied Up Live?
Bellied Up Live, yeah. So we were actually going to maybe do it here in Nashville because it's Nashville Comedy Week while we're doing this. But given that it's Nashville Comedy Week, all the venues are booked the entire time that we're here. So I do think we should do it. I do think the first one should be live in the Midwest. And I think if we just pick the next dates where we're going to film, I'll find us a venue. Just let me know the city, and I got the calls. I got it all lined up.
It feels like we're ready.
We are ready. I do think it's going to be great. And during the Bellied Up Lives, you guys, I think it'd be fun to bring you guys on stage. You kind of submit your questions beforehand and then bring you up on stage and kind of talk to you in person. I mean, it's great to have you on the horn, but if we got you in person, we want to, right? Miles? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just have to figure out how to do a topic submission when they get there.
Yeah, QR code on the screen.
QR code on the screen, and then fill out like a Google form or something like that.
Yeah. And while people are sitting there chit-chatting, having some beers, doing the tailgate, right? And then they see the thing, and they put it on. We look at them before. We bet them, and we call you guys up. And it's great.
I think it'd actually be really fun.
It would be fun. Well, let's do it. This is what we need to do. We just got chit-chat enough for it until we get sick of chit-chatting, and then we get from chit-chatting to doing. It's no different than the project that you have half unfinished. When you get sick of explaining to people what you're doing in your household, halfway done, a little DIY project. When you get sick of explaining it, that's when you finally finish it.
Yes. So, yeah, and I think we're there. I think it's also very Midwest guy of us to bitch. We're not bitching about it, but talking about something for years before you do anything to do it.
It's how it always goes, Miles. All good ideas need to ferment and ideate
Well, just think about if we would have started it a couple years ago, Charlie. Think how much dumber we would have been.
We didn't know, but now we know.
We're so much smarter now. So
we're in a good way. So look out for it, you guys. Look out for it. It'll be coming probably this summer, as soon as this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could commit to this summer.
This summer. Fully on board. Now we'll see which one of us puts the next piece of the puzzle together.
Yeah, me and Charlie are gonna do a standoff of who's gonna do the work first.
Who's gonna
Because it's kind of like if you go first, one, you lost, and two, you're kind of stuck as the guy doing the work after that.
I feel like though it's just a volley because I'll do some and you'll do some. And I'll feel accountable to you and
All
you'll
right.
feel accountable to me. So
yeah, we can volley back and forth.
yeah, we just gotta figure out the next city and then I can do the rest.
All right.
The next city we're shooting in.
So that's my job.
That's your job.
Okay.
I don't know where we're shooting next. Where did we shoot last? Milwaukee? Yeah. Did we?
Appleton. We're in Appleton. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Well, we'll figure out. You guys stay tuned. And until then, make sure you guys tip your bartender.
We'll see you in the next one.